I'm really excited to listen to what you have in store.
Such a biased podcast.
Oh, for sure. I never said this is an objective podcast. I get people that I like to talk to.
Also, you like me. Oh my
I
god.
do like you, yeah. Let's go. Let's do this. Are you ready to become part of the White Stripe podcast?
I'll think about it.
You think about it? Yeah. Think a bit quicker, please. I need to
Okay,
know.
we're good. Maybe we're good.
All right, made possible by Wavecast Equipment and produced by Sand Studios. I'm Trey Remulla, and welcome to the White Stripe Podcast. All right, today I'm joined by a good friend. He is a music producer, but mainly the bassist of Saint Wolf, producer of many, many artists. Karlo, thanks for coming on.
Many artists.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, pretty much at this point, right?
I don't know anymore.
Karlo, I have a
Sad.
question.
Yeah.
How do we know each other?
I used to play bass for Nathan Mercury, and you're Nathan's cousin, and you used to manage us.
Yeah.
So, you kicked me out of the band.
Yeah. Breaking
You
news,
did.
guy.
I've always wanted to say that in your podcast. God damn it. He kicked me out of the band.
There's like some indie newspaper right now that's like Saint Wolf
Trey
bass-
Remulla.
Trey Remulla kicked out, or like revealed after years.
After years, and then it'll be gonna
Former
be
manager of Nathan
documentaries
and
and all that
Mercury,
shit.
Trey Remulla, kicks out former bassist
Nathan and
Karlo
Mercury
Maglasang.
was happy until they're not.
No, but it's crazy how, because like we met what year? 2016 probably.
I don't remember anymore, dude.
I think it was like 2016. I think.
You think?
When did you start playing for Nathan before the band was formed? Yeah, 2016.
Remember that birthday thing?
1821,
Was
that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
That was 2017?
It was 1948.
Yeah, 2000. I remember the show was 2017, and you have
2017.
and you played with him a few gigs prior to that, or was that your first gig with Nathan?
Before we were even like a band, I remember like they were kind of like a power a super group or something like that, because like Zildjian was a fucking bassist.
Oh, that's
Tim
right.
was the fucking guitarist. And
Yeah.
Daniel, the only one who stayed, is
That's
still
right.
their drummer.
That's right. I do remember that. That was crazy how that whole process played out. I remember.
And, like, imagine being the bassist after Zildjian. Like, what the fuck?
How did you feel
I-
being the bassist after Zildjian?
It was, I don't know. I really don't know anymore. That was fun while it lasted before you kicked me out.
It was fun while it lasted before I kicked you out.
Yeah, before you kicked me out of the band, you said you're like, yeah, Carlos like really not earning us money, so like let's kick him out. No, I'm kidding.
How did I kick you out though?
You kicked me out physically, dude. I was hurt.
Crazy times. So around this time you had Saint Wolf as well, right?
Yeah, I had St. Wolf as well, and there was a time where there were schedule conflicts, and
Yeah.
we were getting signed, so like I had to like focus on one thing because
Yeah.
I'm not a robot.
That's why I kicked you
Yeah.
out.
That's why you kicked me out.
Because you're not a robot.
because
I expected robot level work.
Robot
I'm
level. I could probably do that. No.
All right, take me through your. I've never actually asked you this, or I don't think I have.
You don't.
But okay, I won't. But why music?
Why music? That's a good point.
Ask
That's
yourself
a
that
really
today.
Kids, why do music? Music is shit. I don't know, dude. Why music? So I'm gonna answer you like in the realest way.
Yeah.
music has been a big part of my life ever since I was a kid. Growing up, I was very much exposed to like a lot of metalheads. Like since I was a kid, like in
Yeah.
nursery, I still remember this shit. In nursery, I've been listening to like Linkin Park and Slipknot because my
Ooh.
uncles were living in the house,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and like all of my neighbors were listening to that shit, like blasting it in their speakers at home, and then like the whole fucking barangay hearing it. And I was into that shit for a really long time before I like uh I remember like in high school I used to like tinker with FL Studio a lot, and like
Oh,
in our job FL Studio is like a software.
yeah,
Can you hear the fucking dog?
yeah. It's fine.
um FL Studios is like a software that's known for like trap beats, hip hop stuff. I've been using that to record like metal and rock stuff. Imagine that. And because it's the only thing I knew. It's I've been recording shit at home with like the barest minimum.
Yeah.
And like
How did you do
yeah,
that? What was your
I
first
don't know,
setup?
dude. My first setup, I didn't even have like an interface. Like I used to have like this. So like it's guitar and then cable, and then at the other end of the cable where you like plug it into the PC,
Uh huh.
I had this like converter to like a 3.5.
Oh, 3.5 millimeter.
Yeah, from
An
PL to
aux,
that.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, an aux, like converting the PL to an aux. Had that plugged into like my mic port in my laptop and recorded in like what Audacity.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a really old software, like dinosaur shit. And then legit. And then
Yeah.
I used to like have this small CDR King mic and do some vocals there.
Sheesh.
Yeah, dude. And then like I kind of never stopped. Even when I was like I was before I went to like music production in College St. Neil. I was in psychology, and I really didn't stop.
Yeah.
I just kept doing music. For a long time, I've always said to myself, one day I'm gonna like play big shows and all that shit. But now I'm settling for like laptop jobs in music.
Well, it's understandable at this point, right?
Yeah.
You're
I mean,
you're
it's
young.
not
You can
bad
set up
as well.
those
I'm having
big
fun.
shows.
What do you mean? What did you say? I didn't hear you.
You still have so much opportunity for the big shows. Like you don't have to.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, just do your
I
laptop
doubt
stuff.
that joke. Well,
You're,
yeah, I
you
guess.
announce that you're retiring.
I'm not closing. I'm not closing any like possibilities.
Yeah,
You know?
because you're
Yeah.
you're gonna retire, right?
Yeah,
Now.
I'm gonna retire.
This is your
after,
announcement
like,
podcast
Pandemic's
for-
over.
This is the podcast where you're announcing your retirement, right? Your bands don't know it yet, and all the artists
God
don't know
damn.
it yet.
I've
No.
lived a happy life.
So you go to music production. This is where you meet Nathan, and of course, ended up meeting me. Do you remember how we met?
How did we meet?
I don't know. That I'm asking you.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's a really good question. Next question, please.
I think because I remember in 1821 we weren't close yet. I didn't really know who you were,
Yeah.
right?
First, somehow I just remember you just like popping
I was just
up
there.
in Sagiho or something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Oh no, because I watched like a few Saint Wolf shows
You have?
already. Yeah, before Nathan Mercury,
Why?
maybe like one. You know why?
Why?
Because Four of Spades was there.
Thank you for boosting my confidence, my guy.
No, but yeah,
Ah.
I did watch, and it was a fun show.
It's usually a fun show.
That was really fun. All right, so
But
now
yeah, that's a really good question. I don't really remember how I met you.
I don't like I honestly don't remember. That's why I wanted to ask just to see how you'd react.
That's some scripted shit, my guy.
All right, tell me more, because like now you're a music producer. You,
I am.
So we biked a few
Sadly.
weeks ago, and
Yeah, we did.
we had this conversation. It was like an early morning. I think it was a Sunday. And then we had this really long conversation about your time being a producer. And right? And then this is like, so after the conversation, you said, "What? So when are you gonna have me on your podcast?" And I was like,
I
"Yeah,
did
you know
not say
what?"
that, guys.
I was like, "You know what? That's a great conversation. It should be on a podcast." I was asking you questions. You
Yeah.
were answering me. You were giving me great answers. You were telling me stories. I was like, "Hey, this is a real life
I should
podcast."
probably run for mayor, to be honest.
Yeah, pretty much. No, so you were telling me about being a producer and how it's not just working with a laptop. Because okay, the misconception, at least for now, is that there's a really really big monitor. There's a really big monitor. There's a bunch of buttons. You press record. That's what a producer does. What else does a producer do?
What you talking about is an engineer, dude.
Yeah, but
The
that's what
producer
people
actually,
think. So what does a producer really do?
we're the ones who are supposed to be making like decisions for the song to come out a certain way.
Mm.
It's very close to like being a film director, but in music,
Mm. Okay.
something like that. Like if I want you to like sing this line specifically in this way, like you're fucking crying or something like that, you're gonna do it because I'm the fucking boss. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I mean, we're the ones who are like making sure that the output is top notch. I
Mm.
guess
Yeah.
we're the ones who like help the artist deliver lines in a way that would serve the fucking song.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then because you mentioned something to me that interested me a lot, which was you said that it's not just working on the music itself, but it's working with the people.
Oh
It's part
yeah,
of the
and
job,
this
especially
this
in the
one I've
band setting,
learned.
right? So can you tell me more
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that?
dude. So this one I've learned actually just recently in a way since I've only started doing production work not only last year 2019,
Yeah.
but last year I was able to like work with Nathan and Mercury, and
Mm.
like we had ourselves locked in a fucking B&B in Tagaytay somewhere.
Yeah.
And then for the duration for the entire duration of me being a music producer, ever since I started, I've always just been like sent stuff like, yeah, okay, so here's the demo, do something with it. That's been my job, and
Right.
I still
Yeah.
do that sometimes, like if I need like jobs.
Yeah. If you need a job, basically.
It's a job,
Yeah.
you
It's a
know
job.
that
Job.
it's a job. So like when people send me that, I do my thing and then send it back, and then I get paid. But when it comes to like uh, in the essence of being a music producer, it's very much more complicated than that, since you're gonna have to deal with people. You're gonna have to
Mm.
deal with egos. You're gonna have to deal with a lot more shit than just notes. And as a music producer, you have to make sure na the song or like whatever project you're working on is gonna be the best that they can be, and you can't really have that with like hot heads
Mm.
and like very off vibes around the place that you're on.
Right.
That's why I had fun working with Nathan and Mercury in their B&B in Tagaytay, because I had the chance to like know these people in a more intimate way, know their ins and outs, and then when it came to like working, it wasn't really that hard, because I know what this guy likes. For example,
Mm.
Nathan, I know what Nathan likes. I know what Alex likes. I know what Jiro likes. I know what Daniel. Daniel's a very lazy guy. No, I'm kidding. He's actually one of the most diligent guys I know in my life.
Yeah. That's why it's funny.
And like
Yeah. Go
yeah,
ahead.
and when you think about it, like if you know the people that you're working with, and like you know their ins and outs. Like everything is easy. All the work you're doing are just like laughs and good times.
Yeah.
Being a producer is just mainly socializing
Mm.
and bringing people together
Right.
so that you can make the best shit that you can.
You know, it's funny because when we talked about this, you were giving me some examples, right? So just without spoiling anything you're working on, right? For example, give me like something that you realize that Nathan likes.
So Nathan's the singer of the band. He likes to sing.
Mm-hmm.
He has voice. He has a voice.
I know that. I know those parts. Like that.
He's kind. He's mabait. He's matalino.
He was born February 29,
He was.
1996. I know those things.
So was 1996 a leap year?
Yeah,
God damn, I didn't know that.
every 4 years. So
Anyway, yeah, Nathan likes
go on, go on.
Nathan likes some gospel stuff when it comes to music, and we've come to this crossroads just recently, wherein this certain song didn't really come out that gospel enough. We
Okay.
had a huge fight. But you know how fights were before, like in the band.
Uh-huh.
Fights were pretty intense.
No, don't give me details, but like, how did you feel during those times?
I kind of felt. This is very interesting. I kind of felt. I was trying to distance myself, to be honest,
Mm,
because most of the fights were not really caused by me. It was a different factor.
okay.
But I also understand that it's a like both sides are valid, and I can't really at that time I can't really do anything about it. I just bank on the fact that we're all friends,
Mm,
right?
okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And like I just hope that friendship was strong enough to like not ruin things. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So in the band, I think my role was like a fucking mediator or some shit. I don't know if I should be saying this though. Anyway, yeah. Um, I actually I made sure that everybody's in control, like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were fun times. Even though like we had those things, it's a band thing. Like you can't avoid having fights in like a group.
Yeah.
You know
You're
what I
right.
mean? Like everybody's their own thing, and then like you can't avoid having that. Even like in Saint Wolf, we have a lot of fights. You just
Mm,
make sure to talk about it.
yeah. You know, you're right because I've seen it over the past few years, and it's become real. It's become more real than before. Where okay, so like you start a band with your friends, right? You're thinking, yeah, this is gonna work. We're good friends. You know what I mean? Like especially at the start, and you're like, we want to play, let's for example, rock music. Yeah, we'll make rock music. Like it's all good. You know what I mean?
It's all
Like
good.
it's all good. Like oh, this one guy wrote a song. Yeah, let's make it. Let's make that a song. And then you make it a song and you release it. But then eventually, opinions start to shape more on what you really want it to become, right?
Oh yeah.
And the more people involved in that process, I'd say it's a bit harder because your version, for example, of of the optimal Saint Wolf is not exactly the same as KL's version of the optimal Saint Wolf.
That's true.
That's the same with everyone else in the band or any other band. How do you deal with that kind of disagreement where it's not necessary? It's all subjective in its own way, right? So how do you personally deal with stuff like that?
I make it clear to everybody that I won't move an inch in this project unless everybody is happy. That's
Uh-huh.
my approach in like music production, all in all. Like even if I'm working with a band, a duo, or just like a solo person, I make sure that everybody's happy before I move forward.
Yeah.
So even with me, and like I have biases and shit, but and I'm trying to learn this as well. Moving forward, no, like making music as a group, as a unit, everybody should be happy with what you're making. I mean, that's the whole point of like uh, having a making a band.
Right.
Uh, all of you guys have this certain sound that you want to do, and you got together because you wanted to make it together. I
Yeah.
make it clear to everybody.
So what happens if someone is not happy?
I kick them out, just like you did. No, if somebody isn't happy, then we're gonna talk about it. So, what do you want?
Yeah. So
What
it's
do you
always
want? Can
constant
you explain to
communication.
the room? Yeah. It's all about communication, my guy. Can you explain to the room what do you want specifically for this part?
Mm-hmm.
And they do. Once you do that shit, you're gonna avoid a lot of fights. A lot. When you what you, I'm telling you, like kids, if you start communicating the shit that you want with your group, your unit, on like what you're making, you're gonna avoid like years of fights because
Yeah.
everything is clear and laid out.
So would you say that's what you learned the most over the process of being a producer?
Not just like being a producer, dude, like being a musician.
Mm.
You have to understand that being a musician is also an ego thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's being an artist in itself is an ego thing. And every artist that you're working on, even if like you're in a band, like if you have a drummer, you have a vocalist and all that, and you're like you're somebody like me who's like a pushover. um, you have to understand that each person is their own thing,
Yeah.
and you have to like find ways to like address that. That
Mm-hmm.
you can't you that you're gonna be making decisions with them
Yeah.
as opposed to like making decisions without them because that's gonna be like stepping on them
Mm-hmm.
moving forward.
Right. That sounds so difficult to me. As
Why?
like, no, I mean just like,
Don't you have employees and shit?
but I can make the choice. You know what I mean?
Of what? Firing them?
Yeah. Well, number one, yeah,
Number
but
one.
but in the sense that my personality, right, is that if I'm in control or if I'm supposed to be in control, I really want to be in control of that thing. So whatever it is. So for example, if it's the band, I don't have to be in control. I'm not the main person, right? The band is not earning because I'm there. They're earning because of the talent that they have. But if it's my project, if it's my thing, in my head, I'm like, I have to do it. And the decision making process, it can be kind of tough, at least for me. But so when you say that you have to work with people, to me, I'm just like, sheesh, that must be like tough at first. Do you ever get used to it?
Do I ever get used to it? Kinda, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, as long as and as long as I'm very big on being result based rather than all the other things. Like if I have if I make this decision to fight somebody on something that I believe in so bad, or like if somebody disagrees with what I like choose to do, if it's gonna lead to something better, I let it pass. I'm that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like if yeah if I get hurt in the process, I can let it pass
Right.
because we're together, not because like we're gonna be like we got together for the sole reason that we're making something good, and like
Yeah.
you can't have something good if it's just everybody saying yes all the time, nodding all the time.
Yeah. You're right.
Good stuff takes a lot of brains to do it. Like some things might be cool for you but doesn't work for everybody else.
Yeah.
So like somebody has to dispute that or else it won't be the best shit that you made.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thing with fights. So it's pretty normal to have fights as long as you resolve it immediately, way guy. Like
So like the
I don't
longer,
mean any harm by doing that. I just wanted the best for the stuff that we're making.
right, right. So like, because of course, like band conflict, it's inevitable. It will happen if you're in a band.
It will happen.
It will. If you're a bunch of artists working on one thing, yeah, it's gonna happen. Right? Like,
Yes.
so how do you, as a producer, keep people happy?
Keep people happy. How do I keep people happy? I give them like milkshakes. Kidding. No,
Nice.
I don't. I so this is the one thing I've well not really one thing. It's one of the things that I've been talking about in the past year.
Yeah.
And I've realized it myself as well. No? Being in a group doesn't really mean that these guys want what you want as well. So my solution for that would be you have to think of these things like these people that are working with you in the unit. You also have a relationship with them, and you have to culture those relationships
Mm.
for them to like, for that everybody so that everybody's in tune with what you're thinking.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah.
Because if you can't do that, like, what's the point of staying in a band if you're not like? What's the point of doing something that you're not really happy being in?
Mm. Okay.
Like you're doing a podcasting,
Yeah.
right? Are you happy with it?
Yes.
Yes, you are, right?
What if I said no? Like, no, I hate
what
this.
if? Well, fuck you.
Go on.
What if I made you do like some, I don't know, labor shit? Like, what if I made you do like, be a fucking, I don't know, a cop or something?
Okay.
Would you like that?
No.
Would you subject yourself to doing that?
Being a cop?
Yeah,
No.
right? Because you're not happy doing that.
Yeah.
So my thing would be, as long as I culture these relationships within the group, I'm making a space safe enough for everybody to like voice out their concerns, um, tell me shit they want, the random shit, so that like I have something like I go deep on our relationship as like a unit, like a group, not only as a group but like with each member.
Right.
I'm not sure if that makes them happy, but I'm pretty much sure that's like making them comfortable enough
Yeah.
to keep doing the shit.
Right. But what's it like compared to working with a solo artist?
Oh, it's different. I don't know if it's really that different though.
Like how you changed your mind in like 3 seconds. Like, yeah, man, it's different. Well, no.
Wait.
No, okay. How is it different though?
It's different for the same reason that you have less people to like butt heads with, you know?
Okay.
It's just that. I think it's just that. But it's the same fucking process as having a group. It's just less people.
Right.
But then working with solo artists, it's more to me it's very smooth sailing because I have to think about just one person, what he or she likes.
Yeah.
Right? So like as opposed to like having four and then like or like three. And
Yeah.
then like I have to make sure that everybody's like, what do you want? What do you want? What
Yeah.
do you
Yeah.
want?
Yeah. I'd imagine that
I-
it's easier to work with a solo artist. Is
I
it?
think it is, yeah.
Okay.
I think it is, but it's more fun when there's a lot of people.
Okay.
that much I
That
can
makes
say.
sense. Like,
That much I can say. Like having more people on board is hard, but it's fun.
but it's fun. Why is it fun?
I'm not saying that have like working with a solo artist isn't.
Right. No, yeah. 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 But why
It's
is
just-
it fun?
It's more fun because you get eto. working with a solo artist or like an artist in general,
Right.
you're gonna you're gonna be sharing experiences, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be sharing a lot of shit, more than just notes, more than just stories. You're gonna be sharing time together,
Mm-hmm.
and those are memories that you can remember for the rest of your life,
Yeah.
right? Imagine that, but times four or times five.
Okay.
And like a lot of the groups that I work with are very, they're not boring. I've definitely worked with like terrible artists. I'm not gonna name names.
Name. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do it. Don't do it.
But yeah, as long as I have fun. I have fun because I am surrounded by really talented people as well. So like
Right.
the musician brain in me is just like fireworks and all that shit.
Sheesh. Anything else on the producer stuff before we go to the break?
Anything else on the producer stuff? Don't do music, kids. It's you don't get paid. I'm kidding.
All right, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right, we're back with Karlo Maglasang from so many bands.
What? From so many bands. What? I'm only one band though.
Sorry. You're part of one band, so many projects. Is that fair?
Debatable, but okay.
Tell me about your favorite show that I was at.
Were you at that One Click Straight release thing in Sagiho where like it was jam packed?
Yes. Yeah.
You were there. That's my
This
favorite
was with
show ever.
Four of Spades, right? Ben&Ben.
Ben&Ben.
Yeah. Nathan and Mercury. Saint Wolf. One Click.
That was
I
really.
think
I specifically like that because I remember having like everybody was like having barbecue outside in the parking lot. That was crazy, dude. Like I never would have thought those people, like Sal, One Click, Farm Spades, us, Nathan Mercury, and Saint Wolf, like they were just like sitting outside in the parking lot and like having barbecue.
I remember that. Yeah. That
It was
that
crazy.
night was crazy. I did not go inside.
I did.
I only
not.
went inside during the set. Like specifically the sets that I was there for to manage.
You don't support OPM.
I support OPM. I don't support being in a sauna.
Kidding.
Like that's crazy. No, I remember that night. I remember they announced it because that was the third show of the
Was it the
launch,
third
right?
or?
I think it was the third, but it was the last.
No,
show.
I think it was the second, dude. I remember the last one was Root.
Are you sure?
I think, yeah.
But it was the. What's the band? What's the album name? Midnight.
Emotion.
The Midnight Emotions, launch tour, right? And then this is
Yeah,
like
something like that.
yeah, and this one was like one of the biggest shows. Like people shared it all across. It was so fun. It was so packed too. Like I
It
remember that
was
there were people
sardines.
there were people like standing on top of tables outside just to look through the window.
I remember
yeah.
being outside and then you have to go in because like you want to buy a beer or something like that. Opening the door to Sagiho, it's a different world, my God. It's like you're entering hell.
It's like, exactly like the heat comes out when you open it.
I've never seen Sagiho so full.
That's true.
But then again, I'm not really from here, so
I mean, even if you're from here, like that was
that was
wild.
the fullest you've seen it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like when you say sauna bar, that's what I think about.
That's yeah. I can't say anything more about it. I just remember it being hot, and then
Did you have a back-to-back set?
I did. Oh yes,
I remember that.
Did.
I remember
I had
that.
to play twice. God damn it! It was so fucking hot.
I remember that
yeah.
because like in between sets, I think Nathan was first and then Saint Wolf. Am I right? Something like that.
Yeah, I had to fucking stay in the stage. Or
Yeah,
something
dude,
like that.
I remember that. That was so funny. I remember. I think you tried to walk out at one point, but then it was just so hard to get out.
Yeah, I don't remember anymore. I know I just like changed my shirt or something like that.
No, I remember like
Like the no, I did not. You know why? Because I had a
why?
jacket on for like Nathan Mercury
Oh, that's
because I
right. That's
wanted to
right.
be in brand, and then I
You
just
you
took it
wore
off for
green.
St.
Yeah, yeah,
Paul.
yeah, yeah.
I stayed while
I
Sam
remember that
was
jacket
emceeing.
that you would always wear, that green jacket.
Yeah, that green jacket.
Do you still have it?
I don't. I left it in Makati.
Oh, sad. But yeah, no,
Sad.
I remember that. And then all of us were just kind of like, Carla, are you okay? Can you do this? You were like,
No.
yeah. No, but at the time you were like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I can do it. I can do it. And
I
then you're
can
like,
do it, my guy.
and then you were like, can I have my beer stub? And I'm like, yeah, here you go.
All I needed was a beer, to be honest. Like I remember, like shows before. I just had like 2 beers before going up,
Yeah.
and I remember having like I told our management like sila Ysel and all that.
Yeah.
Na can we make it a requirement for me to like for me and KL to have like alcohol before the show goes up before the show starts because I noticed that I function well under alcohol while on stage. It's just that
Yeah.
I shouldn't do it too much.
Yeah. I mean, like, don't get drunk and slop the whole thing.
I did that once though. Just
When?
once.
When was this?
I just remember like being so fucking drunk in Root.
Well, what happened here? I don't remember this.
Were you not there? So like we had a One Click Straight show in Root. I think it was a One Click Straight show. Was it the One Click Straight show though? Anyway, we had a show in Root and like One Click, Form Spades, us and Nathan Mercury
Uh huh.
were there. I had to play in both Nathan Mercury and St. Paul. St. Paul was on first. I wasn't as drunk, but when Nathan Mercury came, I had to like struggle to stand up. I remember like leaning on the wall that's beside the bass amp.
Yeah. I remember that.
You remember that?
I do.
And I was missing notes and all that shit.
I don't
But that was
remember.
fun. That was a fun night.
I don't remember exactly which set because, like, to me, it's all blurred at this point. Like, all the shows are kind of just one big blur. I don't
And
remember.
another thing, it's been so long.
It has. It's been. I miss live music like
I
crazy.
miss live anything, dude.
True. I miss live conversations. In
Same, dude. Same. I just see people in like a screen in my phone and like
that's why when we
Oh.
went biking a few weeks ago, it was really nice talking with you. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like
Aw.
it's different to reconnect with someone in person.
it's definitely it's something that I didn't really actually think that I'd be looking for.
Yeah.
Like as I've said, I'm a very introverted person. I run out of energy like quick.
Yeah.
And then now I'm forced to like look for conversations.
Aww. So how are
That's
you
why I
now?
was looking forward to this podcast because when you invited me over, like, oh, I get to talk more.
You finally got to tell people that I kicked you out.
Yeah, dude, that's the best part. That's the important part.
No, I found that really funny because, dude, you made that joke like, what, 3 years ago?
3 years ago, and finally I can now say it.
And
in
finally,
public.
you're saying it now. I'm telling you,
It's-
like, I hope that there's some in the newspaper or article or whatever that just like exposes me for,
Yeah, dude, you're
Yeah.
gonna be canceled in no time.
yeah. All the Saint Will fans are gonna be like, who's he?
Who is Trey Remulla? What has he done to our Karlo?
No, but it's been really nice to have you back working with Nathan and Mercury. To be honest, like just seeing you there, even though you're not performing with them, but like seeing you part of the process of the whole thing. It's really nice.
Yeah,
seeing you
I mean,
again.
they actually decided that like they'd have me over for like more music because we're just good friends. That's it.
Yeah, that's what they told me as well. And like ever since you left, they've been saying that.
Ever since you kicked me out.
Yeah, ever since you left, that's what they've been saying actually. Like they've been saying,
Really?
we still want Carla to like come in. We still want him to do stuff.
Really?
They
That's
love you,
that's.
bro.
Oh my god. Well, I love them too. They're good friends.
That's good. It's funny because like there's so many questions that if we didn't know each other prior that I'd ask that would be so funny, but I'm not going to ask just because I already know the answers.
What?
Um, like
What questions are this?
like band dynamics and all that stuff. I'm not gonna ask that anymore. Uh, no.
Fancy words and shit.
What are you looking forward to when it comes to the music that you're producing within the next year?
Within the next year. Are we talking 2022?
2021 to 2022. You don't have to name specific like names or albums, but like what are you looking forward to?
When it comes to the music that I'm making?
Yeah.
Is that your question?
Yeah. Or
Well,
your career in general.
I'm just looking forward to releasing the shit I'm working on right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's to be honest, like the stuff that I'm working on right now, it's actually some of the I think I mean, it's too early to say this, but these are actually good stuff that I'm really proud of.
Yeah.
You know? I'm working with like Nathan Mercury,
Yeah.
obviously. Even with the stuff with Saint Wolf. Like
Yeah.
I'm proud of how they turned out because
Right.
you can't say that every day with our setup. Like everybody's a producer. Everybody has a stake at this, or something like
Yeah.
that. And like we came up with something that we're really happy about. And then I'm just excited for everything to come out. Like I'm working with Elise as well.
Yeah.
I'm working with Mikey. So like I just want them to be out. You know, like
Yeah.
I wanna stop listening to it on Telegram and then start listening to it on Spotify. Because
I
it's
get you.
hard, dude. Like
I get you.
once the stuff is over, like the whole playlist in Telegram is over, I can't just skip I can't just like play next and something plays like how Spotify does it, like something like that. You know?
For sure. No, I get you. How does it feel though when you release something that you're really proud of?
It's a lot of anxiety.
I'm sure.
It's a lot of like,
I'm sure.
I hope they like this as well.
Aw.
But the thing that I've learned recently is more of a like, you've done what you could, and you've already said that you're happy with the shit you're working on. Just don't care about what anybody thinks. And
Yeah.
I've like seen like comments na parang the negative comments na parang they're gonna comment about this shit is bad and all that shit. Okay, that's you, dude. You do
Okay.
you, whatever.
I mean, all right, fine. No, I
A
remember.
lot of comments though are like, buti pa yung music dati, mas makabuluhan and all that shit.
So how does it make you feel when you read a comment like that?
I laugh, dude.
Yeah.
This guy does not have anything in his life going on. I feel sorry for him.
The reason why I
But
ask is
yeah,
sorry, go finish your thought.
finish my thought. I forgot.
All right.
It's your fault.
Yeah, it's my fault. Sorry for kicking you out. Joke lang, I'm not sorry. No, the reason why
Not sorry. God damn it.
the reason why I ask you is because I remember when Fools first came out. I remember.
Oh.
Do you remember that? Because to me, that's one of my favorite memories of. So
I remember like Tim Marquez of One Click Straight. I was in Alex's house at that time. We were trying to like do the demos and all that shit.
yeah,
I remember Tim calling Alex and like slightly blaming him for the breakup. So for those of you who didn't know, our PR stunt for Fools when it came out without the music video, the first time it came out, is that we've broken up after like what, a year of existence?
yeah. And it's been like maybe like 7-8 months since the first release.
Oh yeah, dude. Into swing, like yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
yeah, yeah.
that. And like, I remember Tim calling Alex and like slightly blaming him about the breakup. And I was just laughing.
No, I remember when we were talking about that, like that idea, right? I think Chriselle came up with it, or Alex.
No,
I'm not
yeah,
sure.
dude, she did.
So like when we were planning it, and then, so we decided that the band would end like I think 2 days before April Fools. So we were writing down. I remember writing down the, um, goodbye post. You know,
Goodbye, folks.
and then, and then it was like a black square, you know what I mean? And then everything was black, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, dude, that caused a frenzy. I remember. Everyone was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, why are they breaking up? All that stuff.
Why are
Uh,
they breaking up? They've only been together for a year.
no, but that's the funny part. No, because that's the thing. Like, the few people that were able to watch you guys already knew that you had songs coming up. Like, that's the thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, we've been playing the songs.
you've been playing the songs, you know, like even some songs that aren't released yet today. But I remember that those were really, like, that was a really, really fun time. And then when it came out, like, you know, we're like, April Fools! And everyone's like, oh my gosh, you got us.
You got it. You got us. It's so scripted. What the fuck?
But yeah,
But yeah, that was a good time.
That was a fun time.
That was one of the stupid things I've done in my whole life. Like, I'm kidding.
I know, I remember because like we recorded that like January that year, and it was released April. So like we had a lot of time to like ramp up to it, and then just
I
breaking
don't
it.
really remember. I remember recording it in January.
Yeah.
I remember recording that in January, and we had a lot of friends over singing the choir.
Right. Good
And
times.
that was fun. Nick was still here.
Nick was here. No, Nick was here for like a vacation.
Oh yeah, but he still did like Elise's and Nathan stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember what it was like recording that song?
That was really stressful. That was like the time wherein I didn't really have any idea on how to deal with people. So like that to me was really stressful because I had to deal with the choir. And like I remember like recording the parts the night before.
Oh yeah.
I had to do that because I was too lazy. I had to find out. You know, like I wasn't really good at paper stuff, right?
Mhm.
Writing notes and all that. I wasn't gonna do that. I just sent the people the files.
Yeah. Like, hey,
We're doing
this is what you're gonna sing, all right?
Yeah, and then when
Yeah.
it came to that, I had like I don't know. I remember being so tired that I might have snapped at people, something like that. No, not
Okay.
really snapped. I'm not really an angry guy, you know.
Okay.
It's might have snobbed some people or something like that. I just wanted it to be over with. But
Right.
I apologize for doing that if you remember that and you were hurt by it. It's been what, like 3
5
years?
years?
5 years?
No. Sorry, no. That's
You were the reason I went to
I
therapy.
think 3 years ago, 3 or 4. Anyway, no. Do you remember Nathan's take when he sang the whole thing?
Oh, dude, that was amazing. That was amazing. I can't say anything more.
Bro,
Nick definitely let something out of Nathan that
Yeah.
I didn't know was in him at
Yeah.
that time.
No, I remember. It was before he recorded because he only took 2 takes. Before he recorded, they were just like, Nate's, this is gonna be painful, but I need you to go back there. And then,
Remember all that bad stuff.
and then I remember Nate's just like he made a face. He was like,
Letting go, my guy.
he was like that, right?
He was letting go.
And then all of us were just like in like the engineering area or like in the couch area, and we were like just like,
Yeah.
is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? And then
He did it.
Did it,
And then
Gosh.
the string of falsettos started.
bro. Bro, that was, to me, that's an experience that I've never seen him do that. before or
I've
since?
only seen it again. I've only seen it when we first. I can't.
When you recorded
It's the
something new.
something new.
Yeah.
Yeah, there in the
Yeah.
Tagaytay stuff.
I think I know which one you're talking about, but we'll save that. We'll
Which
save that.
one?
The one with. I'm just kidding.
The one with the guitar.
Yes, that one. No. Do you have any other favorite recording stories?
What favorite recording stories? I can't remember. There are a lot of stuff that I remember doing. I remember having uh St. Wolf stuff.
Yeah.
Like the new album. Hey, you shouldn't say that. The new stuff we're working on. The new stuff we're working on. So there were times because the whole thing that the thing that we're working on at the moment is it's more on leaning towards the unnatural side of rock.
Okay.
That's the whole existence of Saint Wolf at the moment
Okay.
is exploiting the electronic side of rock.
Mm.
And like we've done some crazy stuff in the studio. I mean, I remember like recording a drum line twice the speed, twice the tempo, and then
Okay.
slowing it down, putting it in the session. Like some stuff like that.
Yeah,
Talikdan,
yeah, yeah.
Talikdan was that was the
Right.
song.
Right.
The,
Okay.
the
Okay,
ending
okay.
of Talikdan, the new song, the last song.
Oh,
we
I see.
released.
All right. All right. All right.
It was a slow mo thing, right? A
Yeah, yeah.
slowed and reverb thing. I instructed Bob to like, can we record this beat in a slower tempo? No, in a faster tempo and slow it down when we put it in our session.
Yeah.
And we did exactly that. And it worked out fine. That was fun.
Bro.
And a lot of crazier things. Like we did a lot more crazier things.
So for the speed round, I'm just gonna be asking a bunch of questions. Answer as honestly as you can and as fast as you can.
Okay.
You good with that?
I will not be responsible for the bad stuff that will come out of my mouth.
All right. All that stuff after a quick break. All right. We're back with Karlo Maglasang. Tell me about Saint Wolf. How's it right now? What are you guys doing?
Saint Wolf is we're releasing a lot of stuff. I mean, if last year we released a remix EP that we kind of thought of on a whim. Now, what if we do something like this?
Yeah.
And then it led to like some more stuff, which is the stuff that we're releasing now. Luhang Umahapaw just came out as a music video, and we also released Talikdan, TLKDEN. I don't know how to spell that shit,
I actually don't know also.
but it's pronounced Talikdan. And a lot more stuff. Like, I don't know, just check out our socials. We're gonna be releasing a lot more stuff this year because it's the year. That's it.
I remember you guys, your first single was Papara.
Yeah, Papara.
My first memory of you guys, I do remember this. I was with Nathan, and
Why?
your music video, like your very first Papara music video was out on YouTube. And Nathan and I were on the way home. And Nathan goes, "Bro, you should listen to this band. These guys are my classmates." And I was like, "Okay, cool, like nice." And then I remember Nathan just jammed me out in that car. Cause like, okay, for me, when I first listen to music, I'm not very like I don't show much emotion. I like to like take it in. You know what I mean? Like, ooh,
Take it in.
yeah.
Okay.
So si Nate's just like, "Para sa lahat ng masa, yeah, yeah," and I'm like, uh-huh.
Okay, I now regret being cousins with you.
I remember that, and then because he was so into it already by that point, he knew your lyrics, he knew all that stuff, and I was just like getting to know you already. Tell me about the first few months of being in Saint Wolf. What is that like?
The first few months was actually really crazy. I mean, not really like crazy. We started out as classmates, and like it's just the three of us: KL and Vince and me. Bob wasn't in the picture yet because we didn't really like know Bob the first day because Bob was like ahead of us. For,
Oh,
like,
okay.
2 years.
I didn't know that. Wait, he's not in your batch?
It's yeah, but if you think about it, like the three of us had courses before going into Benil, and then Bob was first attempt at college, music production.
Ah, okay.
So like he was ahead
I
of
thought
us.
Bob was our batch. I'm wrong.
What's your batch?
115.
So our batch, okay. No, Bob is 113.
Ah, aren't you a 115 technically?
Yeah, technically I'm a 115.
Yeah,
I
but you
got
first,
into CSP 115. Yeah.
but you were in college 2013, right?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be. If I went into Benil as music production when I finished high school, could have been 113 too.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Tell me about the time when you guys decided to become a band.
Uh, a lot of the stuff that we talked about prior to being a band was like born in the cafeteria. It's like what we were
The top floor
eating.
cafeteria of
Yeah, the
SDA?
top floor. Yeah,
Okay.
that one. The top floor of cafeteria. We always hang out there, I guess. And like I remember, like KL, making us, like showing us this demo he did, an
Uh-huh.
acoustic guitar and vocals demo of a song we didn't know. It's like I made the song. Want to listen to it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then we listened to it, kaming dalawa ni Vince. And then like, ooh, it's like, so for some reason the conversation steered towards want to make a band, and you have to think
Oh.
about this. Well, you have to think about this. Vince came from Cebu. He had a band called Drop Decay. That
Yeah.
band was kind of big. They played like pop punk stuff and all
Right.
that. And it's been a long time since he actually played some stuff.
Mm.
I came from a place called Iligan City. I had a band there that I had to leave to go to school
Right.
in Benil. And it's been like a long time as well since I played something.
Yeah.
KL just quit his previous band called Ele,
Mm.
and that was some stuff that he didn't really release. Some like he released a few stuff. I remember like seeing an entry for like Wonder Battle.
Oh, yeah. Wonder
their
Battle.
band.
Okay.
Yeah, like they submitted an entry, and then I watched that. And, oh, that's cool. But his sound was way different before, and
Yeah.
he showed us some demos of the stuff that wasn't really released.
Mm.
And yeah, for some reason, when he suggested that we make a band, we just took it as it is and then like rolled with it, dude. So like we
Yeah.
jammed and all that shit immediately. Like a few months after, like I wasn't really a bassist at the time. So
Oh, you weren't.
like, I wasn't.
When
I
did
wasn't.
you become a bassist?
No. So when I started out, when I started being in a band, the first instrument that I actually held on stage was a bass.
Okay.
Yeah, but after that, I went on to like wanting to be a drummer because I think like beating the shit out of shit is cool.
Yeah, because that's what drummers do.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of skins and all that shit. And for a long time, I kind of wanted to be a drummer. Like a lot of stuff that I've worked on before, I was a drummer, and then at some point I became a guitarist because the band before Saint Wolf, I was a guitarist there. I
Okay.
remember being a bassist first, and then our guitarist left because he had issues, and then I was the only one who knew his lines, so I became a
Oh, okay.
guitarist. Had to learn all the other shit.
I am the captain
And-
now.
I am the captain. Look at me. So yeah, when I came to Saint Wolf, at first I was a drummer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, at first I was a drummer, and then we had this guy who was a virtuoso bassist.
Do I know him?
He I don't want to say this, but the other people had issues with him, and already issues like he's a kind guy. I like him, and we're friends. It's just that his playing didn't really suit our style of playing,
Okay.
so like we had to let him go.
Yeah.
And then I offered to like since you guys don't like my drumming as well, what if I because they had did you see that podcast they did with Raymond Marasigan?
I haven't seen it. No.
So like yesterday, it was yesterday I think. They did a podcast with Raymond Marasigan. They released it yesterday, and they were saying like we didn't really like Carlos drumming.
Oh, you weren't there?
Fuck! I wasn't there because I was working with Nathan.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll make it to the interview.
Okay.
We like Carlos drumming. I understand. You wanted something better, so like I offered my services as a bassist, even though I didn't have a bass. Studied bass playing in school, and they got themselves a drummer, which is Bob.
That's crazy.
And like the first few months is actually like very chill. The whole process of like sending files on the first day it happened, dude. Like we worked on Papara and then sent files and then kept sending files over.
Yeah. All right. That's cool. I'm gonna ask you more questions under the speed round format. Are you ready?
Oh, the speed round. Sige.
All right. For the speed round, answer as honestly as you can and as quickly as you can. And if you have a story attached to it, feel free to say it.
Okay.
Ready?
Are you scared?
Are you scared?
I'm not scared.
That's good.
I'm
All
scared
right.
of the stuff that will come out of my mouth.
All right. Let's start simple. Let's start easy. What's your favorite Saint Wolf song so far?
So far, it's Talikdan.
Oh, why?
Because we don't really write soft songs, and there are times that I end up listening to that song just because it brings me in a different universe or something like that.
Nice.
It's a different realm. It's
Okay.
definitely a different realm for me.
Right. Without spoiling too much, what does the next Saint Wolf group of songs look like?
It's heavy. It's pop heavy. It's still rock, but it's pop heavy. It's a lot
Alright.
of electronic stuff that we've tried to do over the past year and all that shit.
What's your favorite show you've done?
That's tough. That one click straight Sagiho gig
That's super fun.
and stressful as well.
What's on your Spotify playlist right now?
What's on my Spotify playlist right now? That's cool. I've been listening to a lot of Jake and Abe, a lot of Lo-File, which
Mhm.
is probably a classic for me. Disclosure. Less rock stuff, definitely.
What's a misconception about you?
That I'm a really scary guy because I don't smile a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually really, really fucking scared. No, I'm kidding.
How
That's
did
it.
you feel when I kicked you out of the band?
At first it hurt me, but then I wanted to have revenge.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to like see you suffer.
Yeah.
I won't kill you immediately, but I will definitely hurt you slowly. Deadpan, serious. Trey kicked me out of the band. He will pay.
Object. Karlo, you're out of the band. And you're like, ugh, you will pay.
You will regret this.
No, I found that so funny because, yeah, again, you've made that joke 1,000 times ever since you left the band.
Yeah, Trey actually kicked me. For real.
He said so on his podcast. Go listen to it.
Yeah, you have to listen to this podcast to like know more.
Do you want to hear the story about how Carlos kicked out of the band? Listen to the full episode now.
That's a soundbite right there.
All right. Are you watching anything on Netflix right now?
Right now I'm watching season 2 of Be the Beginning.
I haven't seen that. Is it good?
It's if you like crime stuff, because I've been really big on anime recently, so like haven't been watching a lot of mga shows with real people on it, except for like the Marvel ones.
Okay.
But times are stressful right now, and like I wanna relax, so like I turn to anime and
Right.
be the beginning so far. Right now, I just started watching yesterday, last night, in fact, and now
Sheesh.
I'm on season 2.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow. Do you have any other talents except for music?
I don't.
Really?
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I actually write a
Mm,
lot of stuff.
yeah.
Like for as a kid, I've been writing stories and all that, and like as a musician, I've always been very keen on like storytelling and all that shit.
Right.
I don't know what else, like I don't know, dancing, whatever.
Right. Right. So if you were to come up, and this is just hypothetical, nothing's gonna happen, but if you were to come up with your own music as a solo artist, what would that look like?
That's an interesting question. Right, recently, I've been making some R&B stuff.
Mm.
The stuff that
Okay.
I've been releasing on Instagram, like
Okay. Yeah, that's the one.
I've been making a lot of that, and before I used to like make a lot of weird shit, like some really experimental Bon Iver kind of stuff, Jordan Rakai kind of stuff.
Right.
I've been making some of that
Nice.
last year, but now it's a lot of R&B and pop.
Understandable.
It's not
Uh,
understandable.
it's- all right.
It's gonna be 3 hours long, my guy.
Without spoiling too much, or just give me anything that you're allowed to say, what can we expect to be listening to within the next year that you've produced?
All of the music in Philippines is mine. I'm kidding. No. Right now I'm working with Nathan Mercury. I'm working with Elise Swang. I'm working with Mikey, and like I really hope those stuff are gonna come out soon, because those are some of the best stuff that I've worked on
Right.
recently, including Saint 12. Saint 12, we're gonna be something's coming up, and we're excited for you guys to hear it because it's something that we wanted to do for a long time.
Yeah.
World domination.
All right. Where can people find you?
Um. No, I'm kidding. Please delete that. just blurt that out. Like,
I'm gonna
bleep
beep it out. I'm gonna beep it out.
Yeah, dude, beep it out. Your face, no.
I'm gonna say that again. All right, Carlo, where can people find you?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just look for my name or look for Nomad, KNOWMAAD, and
All
you're
right.
gonna find someone named Karlo Maglasang.
Nice. All right,
Just
plug
look
the
out for some
music.
stuff.
Plug the music.
Saint Wolf, we're doing some stuff. We just released Luang Umaapaw as a music video. We've also released Talikdan as an audio stuff. And like, hope you like it because we're gonna release a lot more stuff soon.
All right, bro. I'm really excited for everything to come out. I mean, I've heard a bit of it only because of like the connections.
Yeah, because I'm working with your cousins.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I'm really excited to listen to what you have in store.
Such a biased podcast.
Oh, for sure. I never said this is an objective podcast. I get people that I like to talk to.
Also, you like me. Oh my god.
I do like you. Yeah. No. So I'm really excited to listen to everything that you have in store, and
Oh man.
I hope you come back because we have plans, and I want you to come
Oh
back
yeah,
on this
dude.
podcast.
Have me over when you want to. Have some friends over if you want them to talk to me as well. I'm
Nice,
just gonna berate them.
bro. Like this podcast is like the most I've been like attacked, and I love it.
This guy, this episode?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. You want me to attack you some more?
No. Go ahead. Go attack me.
No, I'm kidding.
No, because like
I'm not that cruel.
no, because like when people come on the podcast, they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's such an honor to be here," and then we talk. And
It's
we,
not an honor to be here, Drew. I feel so underwhelmed. I'm kidding. I'm happy to be here, man.
I know you are. All right. Any last words before we end?
Um,
Oh wait, before we end, give me like your last what would your words of advice be to somebody starting out music, whether it's performing or producing?
turn back now. I'm kidding. Just keep doing what you're doing, dude. Like I started out with nothing. Literally coming here in Manila, I really had nothing. So like
Mm.
all I had were like dreams and like the fire to do stuff. So until now, even though like times are tough, I really didn't quit. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying it gets better at some point. Just keep
Yeah.
doing what you're doing.
Nice. Karlo Maglasang. That's your full name. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate you, and I'll talk to you soon.
I appreciate you as well.
Thanks for listening. To check out more episodes, go check us out on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And for clips and full episodes, you can check out our videos on YouTube.